Coming up, it's week 5 of Friday Night Fever Hoops, a big night in Class 4. Highlights from Hallsville, Centralia, and a guys-girls doubleheader between Mexico and Moberly. Plus, Rockbridge hosts Smith Cotton in CMAC action. And opening night from the Ramey Mid-Mo Invitational in Harrisburg. All that and much more coming up right now on FNF Hoops. Let's start with a Class 4 versus Class 5 showdown in Jeff City, shall we? Hallsville flying high this season. Maybe a chance to slay the larger class foe playing at Capital City. H-Town had an 8-game winning streak earlier this season. They were fired up and started out strong. Colton Garner, the putback, and it was 7-2 Hallsville. He would have half of the team's points in the first quarter. Hallsville looking for more. It's Sean Adams, though, with the block for Cap City and letting them hear it. Then on the other end, it's Nehemiah Hamilton and 1. Cavaliers trailed by 4 in the first quarter, and we're down 4 at halftime as well. Second half, behind the back, and then Cameron Cox with the smooth move, 37-30 H-Town. Hallsville goes on to win 64-49. Centralia taking on Highland in a boys-girls doubleheader early in the first quarter. Bone Zimmerman finding Cullen Bennett. Down low, lefty layup. Panthers up by 3 in the second. Travis Brooks, corner 3, got it. 21-13 Centralia now. Highland trying to stay in it. Devin Stutzman with a jump shot. He was feeling it. And Centralia, though, still up 7 in the third. Nice inbound play at Zimmerman from the mid-range, and the Panthers win 55-42. So on to the same matchup on the girls' side. Time winding down to the first quarter. Reagan Anderson, chance to beat the buzzer, and does. Second quarter, Panthers in front. Allie Reed inside for the layup. It was a 10-point game in the third. Centralia extends the lead. The freshman, Braylon Brunkhorst. And then late in the fourth quarter, here comes the dagger from Jaslyn Bostic, the reverse layup, and the Centralia girls help them complete the sweep, 59-46. Moberly at Mexico, boys basketball winter warming matchup. First quarter, the steal. That's the guy you just saw, Jordan Shelton with the layup on the other end. Early Bulldog lead, and then Cade Bohm down to Cullen Huffman down low. That's Moberly's first basket, and wouldn't have many more. It's all Mexico. Jordan Shelton again. Bulldogs in control, up 13-2. Into the first, DJ Long off the steal. Fast break. He had 19 points to lead the Bulldogs. Mexico wins 83-53. Big-time blowout. Girls half of that Mexico-Moberly doubleheader. First possession of the game, it's Capriana Fountain. Splash. Early lead for the Bulldogs. But all Moberly from there. Grace Billington with the first of her 4 first quarter three-pointers. 28-7 run for the Spartans. They're up by 19 when Billington finds Haley Baker. Early second half, Haley Baker, this time dishing. Asa Fanning, 44-17. Hey, it's always good when you can rest the starters in the fourth quarter. Moberly wins 61-29. The CMAC is shaping up to be a 3-team race between Jeff City, Hickman, and Rockbridge. But thanks to the Jays' win over the Bruins earlier this week, that makes the margin for error for Rockbridge very thin. And Rockbridge had a conference game tonight. They needed to win. Smith Cotton visiting the Southside. Bruins seniors in the spotlight on senior night. All the seniors chipped in. Canyon Hummel with the swat, and then on the other end, he scored 10 points. Another senior, Mark Hadjicek. This is in the middle of a 12-2 run to start the game for Rockbridge. Second quarter, check out the long pass. Connor Rolling, up and under bucket. Another senior puts the Bruins up by 20. And finally, big night for Brady Bowers. He scored from all over the court. 4 threes for that senior. Game high 17 points. Rockbridge cruises 81-40. Blair Oaks hosting Miller Career Academy out of St. Louis. Interesting game. Blair Oaks early lead. Dylan Hare, the future Truman State quarterback, leading the offensive effort on the court as well for the Falcons. Hare again, hoop and one. Close game. Cameron Lovett keeping Miller Career Academy within striking distance here. It was actually a technical foul on the Blair Oaks bench with less than a second to play that made the difference. Miller Career Academy hit a free throw to win by 1. Boys and girls doubleheader at Lynn. They hosted South Callaway. Lynn starts off strong. Seth Wolf down low. Early lead for the Wildcats. Noah Hall keeping Lynn in the lead. Another great play going up and under for the reverse. And Lynn keeping their foot on the gas. It's Hall again this time. Bucket and the foul. 71-58. Lynn takes the guys matchup. Homecoming at Lynn tonight against South Callaway. Congrats to the queen, Ashara Hostetler. You're going to hear her name again. Lynn, hot start, corner three, 7-2 Wildcats in the early going. And then they cruise thanks to the homecoming queen, Ashara Hostetler with the triple. And then they keep pouring it on. It's Hostetler, coast to coast. A night she'll never forget, huh? Lynn wins big, 67-22. After the break, more highlights coming at you from night one of the Ramey Classic, plus this week's edition of the FNF Top 5. Don't go anywhere. It is one of the great high school basketball events in the state of Missouri, descending on Harrisburg this weekend. Some of the best teams from our area taking on the best from St. Louis in the Ramey Classic. Night one featuring some great all-local matchups, starting with Van Far and Higbee. Guys and girls doubleheader. We start with the boys game. Rain and threes. Nikos Conaway drains one. He had 27 points. Van Far is in front. When Higbee answers, Derek Rocket lays in the rim and the net. Ties the game. But Van Far starts to take over as Cody Smith knocks down a three from the corner. Van Far back in front, and they had the momentum from there. Gavin Gaston. And you get the putback off of the miss, and Van Far wins the boys game 73-51. So Higbee head coach Tanner Burton couldn't get a win for the guys, looking for redemption for the girls. Also against Van Far, Lauren Spillman had 17 points. There's a three. Jump to the second half, Higbee up 11. Mara Jensen working hard in the paint. She had 15 points. Van Far cuts the deficit to 9, but too much Tigers. Ronnie Welch picking the pocket, going coast to coast, and won. She had 18 points. Higbee wins 54-23. Harrisburg's Carly Ellis acknowledged for crossing the 1,000 career point milestone, and she continues to score off the spin. She had 10 points tonight. Harrisburg led most of the game until late in the fourth quarter. Ainsley McCracken from deep. Marshall up 35-34, but the Bulldogs would win it the old-fashioned way at the foul line. 7 free throws from Abby Rawson, and Harrisburg wins 41-35. New Franklin and Cairo with a boys-girls doubleheader and a chance for each school to earn an upset. The Cairo girls are ranked third in the state in Class 2. New Franklin boys ranked 6th in their latest poll. We'll start with the guys' game. Both teams unbeaten in conference play, so you knew this would be a good one. New Franklin with a hot start. Owen Armentrout. Game starting on a 7-0 run, forcing a Cairo timeout, and the Bearcats would get it together. Logan Head doing some work in the post. He had 23 points. Cairo up by a bucket after the first. Second quarter, Jake Marshall with the three. And New Franklin goes on to win their 20th game of the season already, 74-66. Girls matchup, same two. Third-ranked Cairo taking on New Franklin, who's 15-6, so another good game. New Franklin, the good start here. The three from Carly Dorson, 10-4. Cairo would take the lead with a putback and the foul, and one for Maggie Harmon. And then Cairo would control it from there as it's a steal for Olivia Cross, and she's going to go all the way for the bucket and lead Cairo to a 57-45 win. Matinee Hoops in Glasgow hosting Keatsville in a boys matchup, and the Yellow Jackets in the first with a bang. Buzzer beater, Ryan Graves, three-pointer, and the triples kept raining down. Caden Carmack from the corner, Graves again from the opposite side. Part of 32 straight points from Glasgow to start the game, and they didn't allow a single field goal in the first half. Defense to offense there, 88-10, the win for Glasgow. It has been a busy week of high school hoops, and it's not done yet. Lots of great matchups Saturday. The Ramey event in Harrisburg, the Central Bank shootout in Jeff City, and the championships from the Southern Boone Classic. KMUH's Kyle Helms has a busy FNF Top 5.
We're looking back and ahead to a busy Saturday of basketball in this week's FNF 5. Number 5 is the first of 3 Mid-Missouri teams who will play in Saturday's Southern Boone Classic Championships. Paige Morse turns defense into offense as she leads the Eagles to the title game on their home floor. At number 4, check out this excellent ball movement between Tay Patrick and Mario Ashford for the bucket. Battle will play Fort Zumwalt South in the Southern Boone Classic Boys Championship. Number 3 showcases more great passing. Saray Stemmons finds Ashton Klusmeyer all the way down the floor for the score. Hickman will face the host Southern Boone in the girls' title game. At number 2, Tolton had plenty to smile about after Tuesday's win over St. Mary's, especially Zay Wilson. He takes flight for the Jam. Part of a 30-point performance, the Blazers face East St. Louis in the Ramey Classic on Saturday. And at number 1, the Jays were flying high on Tuesday at Rockbridge. Jordan Martin slams it down, leading Jeff City to a signature CMAC win ahead of a date with Hickman next Tuesday.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
Mizzou Hoops takes it on the road Saturday at Mississippi State. Dennis Gates said today we likely won't see the return of Ronnie DeGray or Trey Gomillion for another week. DeGray has a sprained knee. Gomillion has a groin injury. But Gates noted Mizzou's great depth allows him to give those guys extra time to get healthy. And he's also got Kobe Brown, who's averaging 21 points per game during Mizzou's current 3-game winning streak.
His work ethic matches where he wants to go and what he wants to accomplish. He lives in the moment and not too far ahead of himself. That takes the pressure off the big picture. And he's a great communicator when it comes down to, identifying things that he can get better at.
Mizzou Gymnastics hosting Kentucky tonight at Hearns in the first rotation. Jocelyn Moore on the vault sticks the landing, scored a career-high 9.95. The teams were tied after the first rotation. That's when Kentucky's Raina Worley matches Moore's 9.95 on the vault. Final rotation, it's Elisa Sharametta for Mizzou. She scored a 9.925. Mizzou Gymnastics did lose tonight, but Mizzou Wrestling picked up a big road win at Oklahoma. And congrats to the former Tiger and Como's own Sophie Cunningham. She signed a new multi-year contract to stay with the Phoenix Mercury today. We're back to wrap up KMU 8 News at 10 in just a moment.